Hey everybody, Jeff aka GCurse here. I hope you're all having a great day. It is currently 8:19 a.m. on the 6th of April 2024. I have one day left before my vacation is over. It's like, holy shit, where did the fucking week go? I guess when you're really enjoying yourself, I guess that's, a sign that, that's a good sign because time is flying and everything. But anyway, as always, I hope you're having a great day. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jeff, aka GCurse. I am a fan of Unsolved Mysteries, and I do Unsolved Mysteries content. Today I'll be covering, or doing a case reading of the Joe Shepard case. But before that, let's actually get to the weather, shall we? Okay, there we go. So let's refresh this because this is actually 4 minutes. Okay, there goes. So it is currently 42 degrees as of 8:20. It feels like 43. The real feel in the shade is 43. Wind is east southeast at 2 miles per hour. Wind with gust at 6. The air quality is fair. It says rain will continue for 47 minutes. It was just sprinkling when I looked out there, but hell, who knows? It could be actually raining now. I'm not sure. Okay, the thing I'm really wanting to see is I'm hoping that we at least have some sunny weather today, later, or maybe tomorrow. Okay, so it's April 6th through May 20th. Cloudy and cool with a little rain. Mainly cloudy with a couple showers, mainly later. Considerable cloudiness with a couple showers on Monday when I return to work. Yay. And then looks like we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, clouds or variable cloudiness. Saturday the 13th, rain is tapering off. And it looks like we may have a slight batch of decent weather until Saturday the 20th. But Sunday it's supposed to be sunny, times of clouds, rain or sun. It just seems to be bouncing back. Wow, holy shit! What is with all these thunderstorms? We normally don't have 3 straight days of thunderstorms. Holy shit! 4. Oh no, never mind. I thought that was. So it looks like we're gonna have some severe weather possibly. Now this is further out, so you gotta take that for what it is. Further out, we have some thunderstorms, but then it looks like possibly dry weather until Thursday, the 2nd of May. Holy shit! I can't believe we're already. God, it just literally feels like time is flying. Like time is fucking flying. But let's see here. I'm just seeing. Okay, so it looks like we start having some 70-degree days on Friday, the 17th of May. And by the 20th of May, 72, mostly sunny. Okay, let's scroll all the way up. Let's see here. What was the sunrise today? Okay, so sunrise is at 6:40 a.m. So that was the morning news report for everybody. So today I'll be covering the case of Joe Shepard. The guy, people believe that he was a psychopath, or is a psychopath. I can't recall if he's alive or dead. I'm not sure if what I believe is the definition of a psychopath. To me, people like a psychopath or sociopath, they just can't help what they do. At least that's how I view it, they can't help what they do. They just kind of lack that moral boundary, However, then I think there are people who literally just don't give a shit. That will hurt people no matter what. They know that it's wrong. They know they could be punished, but they just say, you know what, fuck it, I'll do it anyway. So I think there's like 2 types. There's sociopaths, psychopaths, and then whatever I think. Like I said, I think that they know what they're doing is wrong. At least Joe Shepard, I think he knew what he did was wrong, but he just doesn't give a fuck, It isn't like he's, got some sort of weird wires crossed or something like how a sociopath or a psychopath does. But we will get to that case right after these commercials, so stay tuned and I'll be right back.
Garfield's Halloween Adventure, sponsored by McDonald's. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Scared Silly, starring Ronald McDonald and the Chicken McNuggets.
Rommel, nice to see you in this neck of the woods. Come on.
What are you making?
We're stirring up secret sauces.
For dipping.
We're ready, boss.
Let's make sauce.
Oh, well, at least I got my hair done.
I have an idea.
Whoop-de-doo. McDonald's sauces.
You can always count on them to be terrific.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff, aka GCurse here. I hope you're all having a great day. Oh, let me fix that camera. I meant to do this in between segments here. Let's do that, and then let's move this over a little bit, and then there we go. I hope you're all having a great start to your weekend. It's okay for me, nothing really big, nothing big at all, But anyway, if you are new to this series, this is where I basically go and do the case viewing or case reading, and basically for that, hold on, why is there an ad? You're like, oh, that's gonna look ugly when I'm trying to do my recording. Anyway, if you're new to this video, this series, this is basically where I go to the Unsolved Mysteries wiki, and I have my secretary. Her name is Jasmine. She will read to us the case, and I'll give you my thoughts. So let's switch over, shall we? Okay, so what upsets me is that we have this huge fucking advertisement right at the bottom of the thing, and it looks just so fucking ugly, doesn't it? Doesn't it? I think it does. Is there a way to fucking get rid of it? Can I, how about we refresh? Can we refresh? Let's see, F5. Okay, hopefully that'll... Okay. It's kind of sad. I have fucking pop-up blockers on, and it seems like the goddamn pop-up blockers are not even working anymore. But they still want your money. But anyway, so I will start with the initial information. So we have Joe Shepard. His real name is Joseph Arlen Shepard. Alias was Joe. He is wanted for murder. He was missing since 1978. And here's a picture of the piece of shit right here. His name is Joe. I call him piece of shit. Okay, so let's scroll down. I'm going to have Miss Jasmine read this for everybody. So let's get going, shall we?
Joe Shepard of Tellico Plains, Tennessee is wanted for the murders of 16-year-old Roxanne Woodson and 15-year-old Cathy Clowers. On the night of February 27, 1978, Roxanne and Joe, then 26, were in his car together with two friends when he tried to make sexual advances on her. She refused and he tried to attack her. She escaped from the car and ran into the woods. He chased after her. She was never seen again. The night after Roxanne was reported missing, authorities went to Shepard's home to bring him in for questioning. He asked if he could change into his boots, and the officers let him do so. While in his room, he reached for his shotgun. The officers noticed this and fired 2 warning shots at him. Eventually, they were able to wrestle the gun away from him. He was then brought in for interrogation. He told authorities that on the night Roxanne vanished, he tried to seduce her, but was unsuccessful. He admitted to chasing her into the woods, but claimed that he lost track of her and couldn't find her. He was charged with assaulting a police officer, but released on bond.
Stupid mistake. He went and tried to kill the police officers. I don't understand this whole logic. Well, he didn't hit them with they didn't get hit with a gun, so it'll just be assault. It should be attempted murder. That's what it should be. It should be attempted murder. We're too fucking soft on criminals. I swear to fucking God. But anyway, when he asked to have his boots, what the police officer should have done was like, no, you're going to sit right here. You'll tell my partner where your shoes are. He'll go in and get them. I would never let anybody into an area that I have not checked. That's at least what I would do if I was a police officer. I'd be like, nope, you can sit right there. You can tell my partner where your shoes are, and we'll get them for you. But yeah, I'm sorry. One of the most common things I've heard about gun, like when you're gun class training in classes and all that, is you only pull that trigger when you intend to hit your target. Okay, so let's continue on.
Hundreds of searchers tried to locate Roxanne, but were unsuccessful. After several days, the search was called off. Then, on April 8th, 1978, Shepard's mother noticed her dogs around a certain pile of debris in the backyard. She moved some of it and saw 2 hands sticking out of the ground. Authorities determined that the body, which had been partially buried in the ground, was Roxanne's. At that point, authorities charged Shepard with first-degree murder. He was arrested at his mother-in-law's home.
Okay, then so here we have a picture of Roxanne Woodson. She was the girl that was found, sadly, that was buried in that shallow grave. And this is another one of his victims, Cathy Clowers. Okay.
During the second interrogation, Shepard claimed that as he was chasing Roxanne in the woods, she fell and hit her head on a rock. He told investigators that he panicked and returned to the car with his friends. He said that he returned later that night to drive her body back to his house and bury it in the backyard. After being charged with Roxanne's murder, Shepard was implicated in Cathy's March 1976 disappearance. When questioned, he stated that he not only knew her, but also where her body was buried. He took investigators to the location, and they eventually found her clothes and body. Both victims had their underpants wrapped around their head.
Okay, so as you can tell, the guy... This is one of the times I just don't think that he was a psychopath or sociopath. I think he just didn't give a fuck. I'm not sure if that's the classification of a psychopath or a sociopath, but like I said, to me, a psychopath and a sociopath, the way I understand it, it's just that there's something like wrong that's not wired correctly in their brain, I guess you could say. This guy, I think he knew what he was doing was wrong. I think he knew that there was going to be consequences. He just didn't care, you know. Okay, so let's continue on.
On April 17, 1978, Shepard was formally indicted with Cathy's murder. On July 17, 1978, while awaiting trial in the county jail, he escaped with 2 other inmates after one of them feigned illness and then locked the jailer in their cell. The other 2 were ultimately caught. Shepard, however, remained at large.
Okay, so if you watched the video, which by the way I am going to post in the description of this video, I'll post the link to both the video on Unsolved Mysteries' their YouTube page, along with my commentary of it on Facebook, along with the Wikipedia that you're reading right here, so you can basically get everything. Yeah. If you watch the video, it'll show how he escaped. I'll be honest, the way that these jails should be done is like if officer is being called to a cell for whatever reason, either the inmate is sick, an inmate has died because the other inmate cannibalized him or some shit. There should always be at least 2 officers, one to go in and the other with a weapon drawn. You know, that way that he'd be like, we're coming in, both of you, unless one of you ate the other guy, both of you go to the fucking opposite end of the wall, put your hands on the wall we'll come in and we'll address whatever concerns you have. At least that's the way it should be. But if you watch the video, apparently there was only one guard on duty, and he stupidly went into the cell. I would have called for backup myself, but I'd be like, hey, Bozo in cell block D, cell 291 is saying that he's sick. I don't believe it. Don't believe him at all. Bring down some backup. That's at least what I would say. Okay, so here is the extra notes. This case first aired on the October 5th, 1988 episode. It was updated on the December 14th, 1988 episode. It was later reprofiled on a Dennis Farina hosted series on the August 11th, 2009 and the August 17th, 2009 episodes. Some sources spelled Joe's surname as Shepard, Shepard. Okay, let's continue on. Let's see here.
Captured. In November 1988, Shepard was arrested in London, Ontario, Canada under the alias Joseph Tripp after a viewer contacted police. At the time, he was living in a government housing project with his common-law wife and their 2 children. In December 1989, he was returned to prison in Tennessee. He was convicted of Cathy's second-degree murder, but after an appeal, the charge was lowered to involuntary manslaughter. In spring 1991, he was convicted of Roxanne's first-degree murder and sentenced to death. In 1997, his sentence was commuted to life in prison after he pleaded guilty to Roxanne's first-degree murder and agreed to no longer appeal this case. He died in prison of natural causes in August 2010. Roxanne's grandmother, Dorcas Woodson, passed away in 2011.
See, this is what I fucking hate. He was sentenced to death, which was the right thing to do, by the way. I believe in the eye for an eye law. And to those who say, well, eye for an eye makes the world go blind, clearly you never had a family member that was a victim. Or you wouldn't be saying stupid shit like that. Anyway, he was already sentenced to death. That should have been a be-all, end-all. I hate it when these criminals can fucking plead their way down and get a deal into some fucking life sentence. His victims are no longer alive. Why the fuck should he have the benefit of being alive? No, he bargained and pleaded because he was afraid to fucking die. And if that motherfucker was here right now, I'd say it to his face. He's a chicken shit little piece of crap who was afraid to die and face the consequences for his actions. Okay, so let's continue on. So we have 3 Find a Grave links here. We have Joe Shepard. I do not give criminals, killers, any more recognition. To me, he got enough recognition with his case being. I am not going to go to that fucking Find a Grave. You can if you want, but I do not recognize criminals at all, if possible, I should say. So let's go to Roxanne Woodson at Find a Grave. Okay, here, let's actually zoom in. Okay, so we have Roxanne Faye Woodson. Date of birth was December 19th, 1961 in Cornersville, Fayette County, Indiana, USA. Her date of death was February 27th, 1978, age 16 in Tellico Plains, Monroe County, Tennessee, USA. She was buried at Dale Cemetery in Cornersville, Fayette County, Indiana, USA. Plot is A453. And then it has her information here. Okay, she has one family member that's listed, which is her, I'm guessing her father, Joe Edward Woodson, 1940 to 2023. Okay, let's take a look at some figures. We only have 3, sadly. Here, I'm guessing this must have been like a school photo. Another school photo, that same photo. And then her her tombstone marker or whatever you... I don't know what the difference between a tombstone, headstone, like, is it all the same thing? It's just a different name, you know? But anyway, here is her final resting place. It must have been a nice sunny day because you can tell from the shadows and everything that, you know. But yeah, so that was Roxanne Faye Woodson's final grave. Let's check out Cathy Clowers. Oh, by the way, I just want to say thank you to Jasmine. She was probably wondering, like, what the fuck are you doing, Jeff? I'm still here. I just want to say thank you, Jasmine. You are relieved of duty right now. Okay. So, so Cathy Ann Clowers' date of birth was July 17th, 1961, Tellico Plains, Monroe County, Tennessee, USA. Date of death is August 6th, 1978. She was 17 years of age. The location of her death was the same location as her birth. Burial is held at Notchie Creek Cemetery Old in Madisonville, Monroe County, Tennessee, USA. Sadly, she doesn't even have any family members listed, which is sad, you know. Okay, we have a older picture. I'm guessing this could have been like outside, possibly like at a cabin or something by the looks of it. And then a very, very simple, marker, I guess you could call it, you know. But sadly, that is it. I'm glad that the piece of shit is dead. Joe Shepard, the fact that he was able to get a few more decades, at least 2 more decades, I think it could have been, to his, that he was able to plead, is a fucking affront to what actual justice is. If there was a real thing such as justice, the judge would have looked at him and goes, no, you ain't getting no plea bargain, motherfucker. You killed 2 people. Your ass is going to hang. That would be what it would be. That's what it would be like if the world was fair and just. But no, we have to be better than the criminals. We gotta teach them a lesson. There's no better lesson that you can teach a criminal than to punish them in the same level of crime that they did. They steal something, you cut off an arm. They kill somebody, you eye for an eye, you take their life. In my opinion, the prison system, all it does is really just gives the criminals free meals and a nice bed. But that's just my opinion. I will be right back with the final thoughts, so stay tuned and I'll be right back.
Whose idea was this anyway?
Yours.
Well, it's good for your hips.
Whose hips?
Your hips.
Lunch.
Vegetable soup.
Lots of vitamin A. Good for the body.
Whose body?
Now that you're watching your bodies more, so is Campbell's. We've added even more vegetables to our vegetable soup to keep making our good soups better.
I got it. Now that we're eating more vegetables, less sit-ups.
No sit-ups.
No sit-ups.
Campbell's soup is good food.
And keeps getting better.
Oh, boy, there should be some wildlife around here.
Surprise!
The McDonald's Happy Meal, guys.
Yep, chicken McNuggets.
Regular soft drink and regular fries.
And they aren't lying.
What do you put in your McDonald's Halloween pumpkins?
Booty and McBoo, matey. Carrot and McGowan. Golden McPumpkin, partner.
Now you can collect one of 3 different pumpkins with the purchase of every McDonald's Halloween Pumpkin Happy Meal. What you put in them is up to you.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. It is time for my final thoughts, and this, even though I'm glad that the family got the answers, that they figured out who it was that took their loved ones, I just cannot help but feel that the families were ultimately robbed. They were robbed. If one of them was my sister, and she was brutally murdered, and then, first that they're like, you're getting the death penalty, I'd be like, yes, motherfucker deserves it. And then they go like, well, he's pleading down, he's going to accept that he's guilty, we're going to give him life. I would be fucking enraged. No, that motherfucker spilled my family's blood. I want his blood in return. And then you've seen those court cases where, like, it's like a high stress case. Everybody's on edge. So, and it just takes like that little spark, and all of a sudden you see a family member leaping over and trying to grab the person who wronged their family. I'm pretty sure that would have been me. Like, oh no, we're going to give him. We're resentencing him to life in prison. I think I would just go fucking catatonic, and I would just try to get my hands on the motherfucker. But yeah, I think honestly the families of the victims of Joe Shepard, I think honestly they were robbed of due justice. I think they were robbed of due justice. Their loved ones are forever having to miss the rest of their life, while the piece of shit who took their lives was able to stay nice and warm, have a bed, have nice hot meals, while their loved ones, they can only visit at the cemetery. To me, that is not justice. That is not justice. That is a sick middle finger to the families of the victims. And like I said, I could not handle that. Well, Jeff, you just gotta let things go. No, I don't have to just let things go. If that was my sister, he killed my sister. I would not rest until somehow he dies. It's just how I am. People deserve closure. And when they have to live every day with the fact that the person who took their loved ones is allowed to live when their loved ones are dead, that is not justice. Not justice at all. And I remember, I can't recall who it was. Let me do a quick look up. Hold on, let me switch it over. Because there's a saying, I'm not sure if it's the correct saying or not. Hold on, let me. Crap, I should have done this before, but I didn't think of it till now. Okay, so let's do the display. Let's turn that off. There was a person, I'm not sure if the correct saying is, let's see here. I'm not sure if it's the actual saying or not. Justice denied is justice delayed. Justice, to me, it's the other way around. Justice denied is I don't even see it as delayed. To me, justice denied is like no justice at all. Is a legal maxim that means that if legal redress is or equitable relief of an injured party is available but not forthcoming in a timely fashion, and it's effectively the same as having no remedy at all. And that's kind of how I feel. That's kind of how I feel. Basically, there we go. Basically, there was no justice for those families because the piece of shit was still alive. The only takeaway is now that piece of shit is rotting, and I'm hoping that he is suffering wherever he ended up. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the case of Joe Shepard from the Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries. I will be back next time. The next case is the final case for this episode of Unsolved Mysteries. It will chronicle the sad, almost, what's the best word to say? It's a sad case, but ultimately it kind of also has a lesson for everybody at the very end. But I will be covering the case of Gail Delano, so stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next episode of Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries. My name is Jeff, aka GCurse, wishing you all a great day. Stay safe, everybody. Peace out.